You are now tuned into the AF Podcast, the talk of the town. It's your boy Phil. Let's get straight to it. I'm not talking to
that.
Nah, ain't no question to you, nigga.
I'm fucking around, bro.
Alright, yo. Yo, what's up? It's your boy Phil. We here on the AF with Jalil Lopez.
What up, though?
Yeah, I ain't had that attitude on this shit.
What up, man?
Nah, definitely, man. I'm glad I caught up with you in this busy schedule of yours.
I'm chilling, bro.
Yeah, nah, definitely. So what's up? Give it a little brief history, man, of who you are. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know you, but for those who don't.
Nah, you know me, bro.
Nah, I don't know you.
You know me good, man. Nah.
Yeah. We grew up together, man. Definitely seen this nigga grew up and to who he is right now.
Yeah, I became Jalil Lopez. You know me as heck.
Definitely. And also, too, shout out, man. We got special guests. My man Booby all the way from the 973 Newark, Jersey in the building. Shout out my nigga Boob.
Yo, Boob, you don't want to say that, bro?
My nigga Boob, he in the building. Came out here to check us out, but now let's get right into it, man. So like your career and everything like that. Like when did you like actually start taking off for you, and you started seeing like the progression, and you were like, you know, hey, this is something I really want to continue to keep doing.
Damn, I'm gonna have to say back when I was on Highland, bro. Back when I was on my block, I used to sing covers. And,
yeah, I told the nigga that I was like, I remember thinking you used to go around singing.
Yeah, I used to be in school singing,
shit.
everything, freaking Spanish, everything. But at the time, I wasn't really
serious into it.
Serious, I just was singing for the hell of it. Definitely. But the girls was like, oh, you know how to sing.
And that shit just made you go.
So
for
yeah,
it.
that it made me sing, and I started putting videos on YouTube and just getting the response from the people, like. It was crazy. Like, yo, you know how to sing. I'll do Trey songs. But at the time, I didn't know much about music. So when I did, like, when I sang, I tried to sound just like them.
Yeah, like, you kind of implement their style.
Yeah,
but
like,
you wasn't
Trey
really
songs.
on the notes, creating your own type of sound.
Yeah, like, I'll be like, I can't help it. You know what I'm saying? I try to sing like Trey songs. And I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then as time passed, I discovered that, music is about finding your own sound and finding yourself and sounding like yourself and not like nobody else. Definitely. So, but yeah, that's pretty much how I started. I put up covers of Sean Kingston, Beautiful Girls, T-Pain, I Can't Believe It, Trey Songz.
And this is why you was in Jersey
doing
this.
I was in Newark. I was just a kid from the block at the time, and I ain't big shot now, but I'm off the block.
Yeah.
I'm in another state. I'm you know what I mean? I relocated.
Yeah, so speaking of, like, what brought you actually to Miami? Like, what was the decision of you grabbing your family or to Miami?
Well, I signed the deal over here.
Yeah,
that was life-changing.
Got the bag. You got the bag.
I had to secure that bag, you know what I'm saying? Well...
How old was you?
I was 18, I think.
18?
I had just turned 18, and it's crazy. I'm not going to tell you what I was doing before I came over here, but...
I grew up with you.
It wasn't...
I grew up with you.
It wasn't all that, you know what I'm saying?
But, sure,
what made me come over here was that I met a baseball player.
Okay.
And he wanted to sign me to his label.
Damn.
And to me, like...
Did you already have, like, music already pushed out?
I didn't know nothing about music.
In you and faith.
He just, somebody told him, he wanted to start a record label, and somebody told him about this cat out in Jersey that his mom passed away, and that his last name was Lopez, and it was a coincidence to him because his last name was Lopez, and his mom passed away.
Okay.
Or he was having problems with his mom. I'm not sure exactly, but I reminded him of himself. And
He related to you.
Yeah, he related to me. You know what I mean? And that's why I came out here. I came out to Orlando. I remember when he called me on my phone. Somebody gave him my number. I don't know who it was. Like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I didn't peep the shit until.
He was like, "Yo, what's up, man? My name is yada yada," and I'm like, "Okay, like."
What's up?
Like, what's good? Like, who you? Like, how you calling me? And then he's like, I'm a baseball player, I'm into music, blah, blah, blue. And at first I thought it was a joke because, a baseball player don't just call a boy from the hood, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I was like, what's your name again? And I know you're from where?
Big pun.
So I Googled him, and, I saw his salary and all that. I'm like, damn, that's good. So if you really are,
you on the phone when you Google him?
It's important when you, especially now I learned, like, in business, when you making a move, you got to always make sure that the move you get into is the right move, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that it's not all about the money, but make sure the person has the resources and the business plan, and they
Yeah.
got what it takes to get you to that next level. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I be telling a lot of people. Like a lot of artists and shit. Like I call them like delusional motherfuckers. Like they be caught up on the person's image. Like this nigga got this whip, he got this chain, and like he.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie,
like,
bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's what got me too.
Nah, what I'm saying though, and then you be like, he got a picture with this nigga, that nigga.
See,
he's somebody important, but at the end of the day,
when
motherfucker don't be having the connections. Like he got to put you to that next level. So you just really wasted your fucking time. Honestly.
When I first started, I was looking at that too. But I think anybody that if you ain't got the experience,
you young.
You
young. Somebody tell you, they give you. Somebody tell you to give get you out the hood, give you some money.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Nah, I told dude, I checked his salary, and it was it was pretty okay.
Baseball, hell yeah.
And I told him, if you are who you say you are, then just fly me and my boys down.
Damn.
And he flew me and my boys down. I'm not sure. I know Ray Ray came with me. I think Poochie came with me.
Damn.
And we was out here just chilling, straight up in the Shingle Creek Hotel in Orlando.
That's dope as hell.
We was lit.
Nigga.
I'm talking about, it's crazy.
So you signed your deal that day, or like what was it like?
Nah, me and homeboy rock so good. Like we clicked so well. Starting from put it like this. The first day I met him, he put a $50,000 chain around my neck and said, "Hey, go partying. You represent me now. You gotta look good." And at the time, I was still rocking Hollister jeans. Yeah. They was popping with the rips. They back in style now, but back then they was really popping, and no shade, but Ed Hardy was on fleek back then.
Yeah, nigga,
with the rhinestones.
The more skulls you had, the more cooler you was.
And then I had that belt, that belt that got the stones on it, the Jim Jones. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, nigga, like had a little skull right here in the middle, a little diamond and shit. You used to tuck the shirt in so the belt buckle could show you was a man. So now you get clown for shit like that. Back in the day?
Yeah, but I was always up on the swag. I was always up on the fashion, That was popping at the time, and it still might be popping for some people.
Nah,
it's just not my preference. You know what I'm saying? But
niggas evolve.
Yeah, but I remember my first day coming out here. I went to that hotel. It was lit. Now every time I go to Orlando, I stay at that hotel with my family because it just got so much.
Memories.
This is what changed me.
Yeah.
This is what made me Hector from the hood to
Jalil.
Jalil.
I swear to God, I was telling Boo down in the car. I said, I was born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. I left when I was 20 years old, going 21, and I was like. But Miami made me a man and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everything like that. So I definitely can relate to your whole.
Yeah. So I mean,
the whole thing.
Crazy. It's a crazy story that the first day I came down here from Orlando, I went into the baseball player's house. Yeah. And Prince Fielder was there. You know Prince Fielder. I didn't know who Prince Fielder was.
Damn, word.
I'm sorry, Prince Fielder. I wasn't into baseball. You know what I'm saying? I was really into something else. You already know. I was into something else.
I can't run no baseball.
And so I'm sure Booby know about Prince Fielder. But as soon as I went in there, Prince Fielder was in there, and I want to say King Griffey. Ray Ray was with me, so like
he'll know for sure.
He'll know better. But Ray Ray was like, "Yo, that's Prince Fielder." I was like, "Who's that?" Like, he was like, "Man, this dude is legit." And I'm like, "Word?" Like, you know what I mean? My attitude was, I don't act like no groupie, son. You know what I mean? Because we from the hood. We got this pride where we wear it. And, like, don't act like no groupie.
You low-key geeked a little bit.
I'm low-key like, damn. I mean, as soon as I pull up in this complex, before we got in, it was like they had to call from the front desk to find out who it was. Hi, we got Mr. Lopez here. Oh, yeah, let him in. The gates open. I'm going to his crib. I'm like, woo, it's on fleek. It's my first time, like, being inside of a mansion. And not only that, but I was with Prince Fielder, you feel me? And I'll never forget that day because that day was crazy. That day was crazy for so many reasons. For one, I met Prince Fielder. For two, that was my first time ever meeting the person that signed me, you know what I'm saying, or the person that I got into business with.
Definitely.
For three and for four, well, for three first, he brought a piano out. It was his daughter's little piano.
Okay.
And the baseball player. He's like, "Yo, I want you to
play.
Play if you know how to play."
Always, you was always like musically like talented. I mean, like with instruments stuff like that. Like.
Nah, not always, but I knew a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I knew a little bit.
You sold yourself.
Yeah, I know a little bit enough for. Yeah. I know how to play instruments enough for somebody who don't know how to play to say I know how to play.
I got you.
But to the professional, I'm like,
nah, this nigga know how to play.
What you doing, bro?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I remember singing a song on the piano at the time, and like everybody was applauding me, like, damn, that's good shit, man. And when the baseball player was like, all right, so let's order pizza and let's leave, let's go to the garage, because that was his little hot spot where he smoked, you know what I mean? Like, that's the spot. Even his house after, like, I don't care who you are. Your man cave is the garage, because over here in Florida, there is no basements. You feel me?
Word. So, how was that nigga crib? Like, give me a fucking detail. He had like a crazy fucking like pool, or like the fuck, like whips, like.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong. I care about your story, but I care about your story.
Nah.
But, let me just hear about that.
He had if you know Jalil Lopez, then you know the white Bentley I used to drive.
I remember that. Yeah.
Right. That was his.
All right.
And he had, what else? He had a Phantom black on black. If you know me, then you know I used to drive in it too.
Yeah. I think I saw a video with you.
What else? Man, he just had cars, man. I can't even tell you how many cars, but I could tell you one thing.
Yeah.
That I was just a kid from the hood at the time. And when I came down here,
you had nothing to lose, really.
I met this baseball player who had cars, and 8 out of 12 months out of the year, he would dip off and go play in the season, because, baseball, 8 months or whatever. And them cars wasn't in his garage. Just to let you know, like, nigga, your boy was out there. You feel me?
I would have been out there. I would have driven that shit to the city. I would have been all out.
Yeah, but check this out. I'm going to get to that. Remember that. Remind me of that. I want to talk about that too. But back to his crib.
Yeah.
Ray smokes, so you know Ray a smoker. My boy Ray, he's a smoker.
Yeah,
and at the
Shout
time,
out to the smokers
at the time, Ray was like, "Yo, you think he could give me some weed? Like, I buy it." I'm like, "Dog, like, you gonna give money to the bank?" Like, So Ray was like, "Yo, you think you could give me some?" And I asked him, I said, "Yo, you think you could give my man?" He was like, "Of course." I don't know I don't really know ounce. I don't know none of that, but he gave him a good amount that, you know what I mean, that Ray smoked, and Ray smoked with the baseball player.
Yeah.
Which his name is Felipe Lopez.
Yeah.
Coincidence, my last name Lopez.
Yeah,
His is Lopez. His name was Felipe Lopez, and he smoked with Prince Fielder. No, that ain't the dam. The dam is that Ray caught an asthma attack. That's how much he smoked. and we rushed him to the hospital, bro.
Fuck the whole vibe up.
Like at 2 a.m, I rushed him to the hospital. Damn. This is a true story. You can ask him.
Yeah.
My boy from the hood smoked with Prince Fielder so much they caught an asthma attack, and I had to rush him to the hospital. That was pretty much the day how it ended. We had to go to the hospital because he smoked so much. And that was crazy. Ray
I'm trying to get to that level with Snoop.
Yeah, that's just a whole nother level. But yeah, Ray smoked with them. We went to the hospital, and in the hospital, Ray felt like he was gonna die. He was tweaking in the hospital. Yo, help me! I'm about to die.
Nah, that was like, speaking of that shit, that was like this time I gave this girl, I made some edible brownies and shit.
Oh, my God.
She was always a cool girl. She wasn't into drugs and shit. And I made some brownies and she was like, "Can I have some?" I was like, "Yeah." She was in my dorms. I gave her one. We eating it. Yo, we laughing the whole night for about an hour and a half, right? So we giggling. I'm like, yo, these brownies good as shit, right? She's like, yeah, what'd you make it? I was like, nah, it was weed brownies. Yo, her whole fucking face just changed. Like, she just started, I gotta call my mom. I gotta call my dad. I gotta call the cops. I got a
bad experience with brownies too.
Damn, what happened?
Truth.
Yeah.
One time, came to my condo, and it was like 4 o'clock, and I didn't eat nothing. I had just woke up, but I didn't have no card on me, no cash. I didn't have nothing on me. My manager at the time, he had everything. He had the card. He had everything because it was in the car. You know what I'm saying? I was always out, so it was always in the car.
Yeah.
And he was out. He didn't even come home. I don't even think. I don't know. I woke up like at 12 o'clock, and for like 4 hours, I was trying to eat breakfast. And it was 4:20.
Damn.
And Truth was in Miami, and he came to my condo like, "Yo, come chill with me." I'm like, "All right, cool. What we doing?" He's like, "I don't know. Let's just chill, whatever the case is." And I met Breezy.
Okay.
Breezy. Shout out Breezy.
Shout out to him.
Breezy, I met him before he was down with Gotti, and Breezy, they came in the house, and I saw that they had brownies.
Yeah.
But to me, it was just regular brownies.
So
I'm like, "Yo, can I get one?" And they was like, "Yeah, go ahead, do your thing." I ate a little piece, but I was hungry, so I had to eat more. You feel me? So I ate more, and Yeah, they like, yo, you know, that's weed brownies. Like, you about to be super lit.
Fucked up.
At the time, Truth.
It didn't hit you yet.
Nah, I told Truth, it's not gonna hit me neither. It's not, because to me, weed was never strong. Not that I'm a smoker, but to me, weed was never like. I felt like even if it hit me, it wasn't gonna hit me to the point where I don't remember who I am, because weed is high. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't smoke. I never been high.
Yeah.
But seeing my boys is something like where you just
chill, you relax.
You just chill. You feel me? But you know, I got dressed. Whatever. 30 minutes passed. They was like, "Yo, did it hit?" I'm like, "Nah, bro. I'm good. Trust me. It ain't gonna hit me.
Yeah.
My system too strong for this. You feel me? It ain't gonna hit me." So we went downstairs, and you know, where I lived at, I had to go through valet. They had to get the car. So I'm waiting on valet to bring the car, and I sit down, and they like, "Yo, it still didn't hit you?" I'm like, "Nah, bro, it still didn't hit me." So, like, 5 minutes passed, my car got there, and everybody, like, I'm lying, it wasn't, no, Truth's car got there. And Truth was like, "Yo, come on, we out." I'm like, "The car not here yet." They're like, "Bro, the car's here. Let's dip."
That's the first sign you tweaking.
Yeah, I'm like, "Oh."
That's the first sign you tweaking.
I'm like, "Oh, shit, that's right, that is your car." And he was like, "Son, you tweaking." And you tweaking. For those who don't know what tweaking means, it means you are.
You fucking up.
That's what it means, man. You effed up. You feel me?
Up, like, all types bad. Like,
you done.
You need to sit down, reevaluate your life.
So,
and hop back in
I was tweaking. And I was like, that was the first sign of me tweaking. I'm like, "Yo, I must be tweaking." Yeah. And they was like, "Yo, you tweaking?" I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. So I got up out the chair, there was some leather sofas out there for you to lounge and wait for your car. I got up. Man, when I got up, I felt like Mike Tyson punched me in the face.
Damn.
I was so lit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when I started walking, I felt my shoulders was going like this. I felt like this was the only thing I could see.
You fuck with the brownies, boo?
Yeah, I love brownies.
Yo, I was done. Listen, I was done. Now, being from Jersey, Newark, you know my attitude.
Yeah.
When I got in the car, all his boys was clowning me, and I ain't really know them like that. Yeah. And there was like 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yo, son, I was paranoid. I believed that I was the first person that could die off brownies. I felt like I was gonna die. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, "Yo, Truth, son, I'm done. Son, I'm tweaking, bro.
I wanna go home."
Yeah, I'm like, "I wanna go home. Take me home. Take me to the hospital." And the whole time he like, "Son, what you wanna go to the hospital for? All they gonna do is put you in a room."
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, it's not their fault that you took something. Like, it's your fault.
Yeah, that's how it was with the girl. She was like, "Yo, I gotta go to the hospital. I'm like, "Yo, for what? They only gonna put you in a room and let you just sober up." Like,
yeah, so
she like, nah. She called her mother, and I walked away. And when she walked back, she's like, "Yeah, Mom, I took some brownies." I grabbed the phone. I hung up. I was like, "What the fuck is you doing?" I probably was like against the law to do that shit, but
yeah,
at the time I had to do it. I had to save my ass.
Yeah, so Truth.
But she became good though after that.
I started thinking. I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna go to the hospital." But all his boys kept laughing. I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna tell all of y'all something right now."
Fucked up.
I'm gonna tell all y'all something right now, bro. The next person that laughs when I get out the car. Oh no, matter of fact, I said the next person that laughed when I get better, we're gonna shoot the fade.
Niggas ain't laughing no more.
Nah, they stopped laughing. They stopped laughing, man. I mean, I'm not gonna say that they were scared, but you know, I feel like out of respect, they was like, "All right, cool." Like, I know he not, you know. Truth kept laughing, but he could get that. Cause that's my mans. You feel me? Like the other ones, they my mans too, but at the time they wasn't my mans.
Yeah.
So I really felt some type of way. I'm like, "Yo, you know, like."
I don't know y'all niggas like that.
You feel me, bro? I went to his house. I felt like I was gonna die. I was like, "Yo, stay in the room with me, son. Please stay in the room with me." He like, "Nah, bro, I'm good." I said, "Look, all right, then do me a favor. I feel like I'm gonna die, bro. I'm so sorry." I started praying to God. I'm like, "God, I'm sorry. I don't want to die. If I die, please let me go to heaven, please." I was tweaking, bro. I even told Truth. I said, "Look, at this time, my name wasn't copywritten."
Yeah.
I told Truth, "Yo, do me a favor, son. This how you know I was tweaking." I said, "Do me a favor, copyright my name, son, and tell my girl, like, you know, because my daughter, my firstborn, Janita, she was born at the time. I'm like, yo, like, let all the money that ever get mentioned, like, every time they mention Jalil, let that money go to my daughter, son.
Yeah.
Please." I said, "Please, yo." Like, he was like, "You're not going to die." I said, "But you know what? If I do die, you know how much they going to talk about the first person who died? They going to talk about me a lot.
Yeah.
If I was the first person." If I would have been the
every time
first
you speak on that shit,
so I'm like,
you
every time you speak on Jalil Lopez, I want my daughter to get the money. You feel me? That was an eye opener because when I got better, I'm like, yo, I really need to copyright my shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just in case.
Word.
But that was a story, bro. Weed brownies is yeah. That's I would never ever again. You know, never.
So you ain't down with the hippie lifestyle?
Nah, that's Booby.
yeah. Booby the hipster out here, man. That's Chief Keeper for real.
Need my weed.
Yeah, that's not me.
Definitely,
I know there's people that do that shit on a regular.
Shout out this nigga Boo. Boo came over here for a 5-hour overlay to
he
get to stay in Miami. That's how fucking much Miami be getting these niggas, yo.
You gotta tell the full story on Booby. He came from Miami. He driving.
Look.
He's driving back, bro.
Yeah.
He was on that first class flight from PR to Miami. Then they was gonna put him on another first class.
Don't gas.
And then Phil, lied to him, told him he was gonna take him to the airport, and brought him here. Now he's stuck driving back with Phil to Jersey.
Yeah, I need somebody for the podcast.
For like 24 hours. That sucked, man. With a dog, so they gonna have to stop every time the dog fuck. Y'all gonna have to hotbox that.
Fuck that. She ain't doing that dumb shit.
That's crazy. Y'all smokers, right?
Yeah, we smoke.
So y'all gonna be.
But I might do it up there. I might drive up there and smoke it. I don't know. It ain't really that big thing to me, but I might have to though.
You might have to smoke while you drive.
Yeah.
Your dog gonna be in the car? Nah,
Yeah.
your dog ain't gonna be in the car, bro.
We gotta let the
That's
window.
abuse,
We
bro.
gotta let the windows down.
But let me tell you, talking about a dog.
Yeah.
I got a dog named Jordan.
Oh, word? I don't know nothing about this dog.
Nah.
I got a dog named Storm.
It's crazy because his bitch named Storm.
Crazy?
Oh.
It's crazy. That's
Yeah.
a side nigga named Jordan. That's crazy. A side nigga named Jordan. But my bad.
Yo, my dog be trying to rock with Phil dog, man. Phil don't be off that, man. Like Phil.
She don't be off that, yo.
Before you go to Jersey, you need to let my son hit that. You feel me?
Honestly though, we let him play and like he got behind it. No homo, like got no homo, but he got behind it and then she sit down.
She got behind him.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, I don't know where that be coming
That's
from.
a dominant thing, like you said. Yo, his dog got behind my dog and started humping my dog.
That shit was blowing me, but yeah.
Yeah, cause
Everybody said that. I'd be like, nah, she be in her cage, but alright, now let's jump right back into that shit though. But so like now we're in a point where you're in Miami for good now, right?
Oh, but let me tell you, now.
So you're in Miami for good now.
I'm not in Miami, but I'm in South Florida, but not in Miami.
Yeah, you're in South Florida.
I used to live in Miami.
Yeah.
The problem with Miami is two things can happen in Miami. I tell everybody this. I'm sure I told you this off the record before too. In Miami could break you or make you.
Yeah.
Break you is because you see a lot of people living this life.
And you get depressed as fuck.
Nah, this is the part that can make you if you get depressed. Like, you that could happen. But you see these people living a life out here, and you want to live that life, and you want to keep up.
Definitely.
But the thing is, these people really doing it.
Yeah.
And, like, a person that ain't really doing it is going to spend what they get to try to look like money. Because in Miami, everything is money. All the girls, everything is money. I'm going to tell you like that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? If you get a girl in Miami without no money, that's because you got swag. You feel me?
Word.
But for the most part, people get caught up in Miami with the lifestyle because they try to live this life. You got people in the Bentleys, you got people in the Phantom, you got people in these cars.
I ain't gonna lie though, I see like when I first came here, I was like, damn, everybody got a fucking Phantom, everybody got a Bentley.
There's a lot of rental car companies.
But then I started actually like, meeting motherfuckers, hanging out, and I'm seeing niggas is just renting shit. I'm like, this.
Yeah, like it's people.
That's kind of ass.
A lot of people that rent stuff.
Like it's cool if you renting like you on vacation and you want to live that. That's cool. But when you just doing it on a regular day basis just to walk around, I think that's just
my advice for anybody that does that is stop renting cars for like a week.
Shout out to the scammers.
And put a down payment on the house, bro.
For real.
I never understood that, but whatever.
Yeah.
I know people that do that too. You know, I be trying to preach to them, but whatever. I'm talking about me. I don't even want to talk about that.
Nah, yeah,
but check it. When I came down here, I was living that lifestyle.
Yeah.
You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. I signed. I got a nice deal. I was with the baseball player.
Secure the bag.
I had to secure the bag. My bag was always secured.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Definitely.
And at the time, I was just young and dumb. Like, I came out here, I moved to Marina Blue, the condo right across the street from
the arena.
Right? You seen me before.
Yeah.
At where? Where you saw me at?
11?
The brand, Broman Motors.
At a dealer. What dealer?
Brayman.
It was a Lamborghini side. I was looking at a white Lamborghini.
I'll tell you about that story. I saw walking down the street, coming from Publix, eating my sandwich.
Right.
You told me that.
Yeah, that's the only thing I said. Minding my fucking business.
Right. And I was here.
I see Jonathan. I'm like, that look like my nigga Jonathan right there. Then I see this nigga like in some like in trunks and shit. I'm like, that was like my nigga hectic.
Yeah,
I'm like, let me
that-
go across the street.
Type of stuff I was into. Like, I was really into all that. Like, I wanted to do that. I wanted to get a car like that. You feel me? Because like I feel like it was a point in my life where I felt like I had so
You was
much.
building
I didn't
an
know
image
what to
before,
do.
Yeah,
I didn't know what to do with what I had.
yeah,
Like, I feel like being rich, I experienced that.
yeah. You straight.
You feel me?
Yeah,
Like, I experienced that. You know what I'm saying? And I experienced being poor. I know what it is to be poor.
yeah.
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah.
And ain't nothing wrong with being poor. Actually, being poor is the best thing that can happen to somebody. Because being poor makes you realize how much you don't want to be poor.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
that's the part that I tell you about Miami that can make you or break you.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, when I came out here, I was just wilding. Going to the Louis Vuitton store, I get a belt, I would do this, I would go here, True Religion, and boom, 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 and yada, yada, yada.
Man,
Go to
never caught-
club, live,
hey.
and spend guap. I'm talking about people that was with me at the time knew how much money was spent.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Money
saying?
was spent,
You
and
never caught a nigga fail out. You feel me?
nah, because at the
Feel me?
time, I had just stopped around
Nah,
that time.
fuck all that. This nigga was acting brand new. He got,
I had just
he got
stopped.
that bag.
Around the
He
time I
said-
had just stopped.
He got that bag. He's like, I ain't fucking
But-
with nobody from Newark. I'm about to get off my shit.
Nah, but that's the part that was the part that, you know, I was out here living this life, and
Nah, for sure, man.
then when things with me and a baseball player, we parted ways for reasons, and
Are you comfortable in speaking on how hefty that bag was?
I mean, it's just whatever.
Was it up there?
It was just whatever.
Damn.
It was whatever. Like, I feel like I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna be real because you my boy, and I just want the truth.
Exactly.
And like, this is the honest truth. I put this on my mother's grave. Just because you my boy, you get this exclusiveness.
I hate it. First time. So let me hear this.
I don't know how much money I ever touched. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Gotcha.
But I tell you this. At the time when I was with the baseball player, the money that was spent was up there. Like up there.
Alright, like, let me see. Like, 100,000s?
Like, that's little.
Alright. So we up there with the M.
Yeah.
Damn. My man touched the M.
But not the M's.
M.
M is cool.
M.
It's
Hey, you
safe
still
to say
touched
a
the
M.
M. You still touched the fucking M.
You feel me? Like, it's safe to say that, you know, throughout my whole music career with the baseball playing, throughout the time that I was linked up with him,
you ain't just get like an M in front of your face. Like, nah,
Yeah,
but
like, that
throughout
was-
everything, yeah.
and the reason I know this is because when you do business, I didn't know this back then, but when you do business, it's tabs that gets kept. Tabs like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
we spent this much here,
We
this,
need this
that.
back.
And yeah, like a label would say, I need this
Yeah.
back. Because obviously that's the label's job is to recoup their money. You know what I'm saying? Recoup what they lost.
Damn, word.
Or whatever the case is. And, you know, at the time, like, I knew that it was that much spent because I got told by the label, like,
Yeah.
I need this back.
Damn.
And I'm like, well, what are we going to do to get this back? Because I ain't got that.
Yeah, that's gone.
You feel me? Like, that's gone. But, you know, you live and you learn, bro. You live and you learn, and then you think, like, after all that is gone, you start to think, like, what matters? Because there came a time where we spent all this money, and then the baseball player, I'm guessing he still stood great because he was a baseball player. You know, they get paid after whatever. But me, like, I didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
So I had to
Strategically
rethink
doing shit.
and,
yeah,
and,
yeah,
and,
for sure.
and think about what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it,
That's
what's
good.
important in life and what ain't important no
Yeah.
more. Like, I feel like for the first year of my daughter's life, I wasn't really present.
Yeah.
I must have flew my daughter in like 2-3 times.
Yeah.
Why? Because I was living that life.
Doing that shit.
Like, it was like, I was just living that life, bro. It was just crazy. Like, it just didn't matter. What I was doing was like girls and, you know what I mean? Just, I was caught up in this life that mattered at the time, but it don't matter no more.
Yeah, yeah. That's I mean,
You
it
feel
comes
me?
at though. Like,
So
you
the
get
reason I don't live in Miami
some shit like that.
is because, for one, I moved back after this whole thing. I moved back to Jersey.
Yeah. For how long?
Say for like a year.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I think for like a year. I wouldn't stay in Jersey for too long.
Yeah.
My goal was always to go and leave. But at the time when I moved back to Jersey, it was because I was trying to sign a new deal. You feel me? And
You was in the city.
yeah, so I went back to Jersey, and then I signed a new deal.
Now, speaking of deals though, you think like right now, like are you currently signed right now, right?
Yeah.
But do you think like, you know, like like, you have the resources if you really want to go independent? Like,
I am independent.
But you're signed, like.
But I'm in an independent label. I'm independent.
All right, so no, I'm saying no. So, but I'm saying so. I'm not asking you because you know, like people get signed to a label. Like the label does everything for you. Like, yo, we set up your own photo shoots. We set up everything for you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Yeah.
Even if it was me putting up the funds,
Yeah.
I would still have to pay somebody.
Straight. Yeah.
Like I would have to pay the radio programmer.
Yeah.
So it's always gonna be a team that's gonna help you get there.
Okay.
But I am independent. My label is independent. So whether I went to go pay the radio programmer out of my own money, or my label paid, you know what I mean? Like that's my team. We still independent. It's not Sony. It's not Universal. Warner Brothers.
Shit? No, it's your
shit. It's we're an independent label, and I mean I'm pretty sure that I've invested I've made a great investment with signing to the label I'm signing.
Dope.
I feel like the resources is there.
So like when you started off, like I was reading up on your history and shit like that. Plus I know you, of course. But you started off, and like what was it? Like the Spanish kind of Spanish singing. Like,
alright. So check this out. This all falls under the umbrella of Flipstar, which was the old record label, which was the baseball players' record label. When I first came out here, I remember like he was like, "Yo, what is it that you need?" And at the time, I was like, "I don't know what I need." And I remember he gave me some money, or he gave my manager some money, but it was for me. We went to the store. I bought one of those, an iMac, and a MIDI, and 2 speakers, and the program, all the
throw some MIDI on that bitch.
Yeah, everything to make my own beats, and I started producing my own music. Yeah. And I released a song. It was called "Headed to the Top." For those who are core fans of Jalil Lopez, they know about that song. Right. That song, it did okay. You feel me? Like for the independent route that we took, we did some internet marketing, and we did good. It played 1 time or 2 times on Power 105.1 over there in New York, and we did a promo tour. We went down that way, and you know, even here in Miami, bro. Like if you go on YouTube and you type in Jalil Lopez "Headed to the Top" promo, you see that like I wrapped the white Bentley around with my face, and I got a truck and I wrapped it around with my face, and a Tahoe. Wrapped it around my face, and 2 smart cars when they first came out, and I wrapped it around with my face.
You was out here.
So we was out here promoting. I even made my own shirts with the label. We made our tank tops. It's called Jalil
See how you trying to ignore the question? Y'all see that, right?
And we made our own water bottles.
Man, so I ain't.
Bro, at the time you wasn't out yet, bro. You wasn't. You was in Newark. You was still in Newark. And you know, after that song did great. Then we branched out to work with different producers. Mm-hmm. And then this is when America's Most Wanted came. Which, if you're a Jalil Lopez fan, you would know America's Most Wanted.
I popped up. I think I was in the crib.
America's Most Wanted is a song with Ross.
Yeah, I was in the crib, and I typed in Rick Ross, though. Because I honestly, like, no bullshit. Like, I knew this motherfucker. He was in the hood one day, singing, rapping. I come back. The nigga fucking going and shit for, like, amount of time. I'm like, all right. And then I type in Rick Ross on YouTube, and I see Jalil Lopez and Rick Ross. I'm like, let me check this shit out. And I'm in the crib. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker like Hector, yo.
Thanks for that view, bro.
Of course. And I'm like, oh, and I asked around. I'm like, yo, what the heck, guys?
Did you watch the advertisement before the video?
Yeah.
The whole thing, or you skipped it?
I did, but I probably don't remember right now. Though. No bullshit, my nigga. It's been a while ago.
Thanks for that too, though.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna be like this. Hell yeah, I remember that shit. But it's been a while, but I do remember that part, and I was like, damn, like
that song was the turning point of my life, and the turning point of my career. I made a song with Ross, but before I made the song with Ross, I made a mixtape. I come from Newark. We come from Newark. That's the hood.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me? And like that's the most unfriendliest city. You know what I mean? Newark. And my mentality was always like straight hood. You know what I'm saying? So when I came out here, I dropped a mixtape. It was a straight hood mixtape. Like I'm talking about hood. Like I made a song. I don't want to say the song because I don't want nobody to go check it out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it off YouTube. You feel me? But I made this song that the word nigga must have been used more than 20, 30 times.
Shit, nigga.
But this because it ain't no racism. It ain't none of that. It's just normal my vocabulary where I come from.
Word.
You feel me? Like that word means bro. Yeah. Maybe in today's world, like the stuff that's going on right now,
course.
it might be taken offensive. You feel me?
Yeah, I think like right now, like that type of shit is like, you know, it's becoming a little bit more like acceptable and shit. Don't get me wrong though, I still be like a little more when I hear a motherfucker keep saying it all the damn time. But
yeah, well, I was one of those people. So
yeah,
check.
but you low key black though too, man. Like y'all niggas low key black, like you know what I'm saying?
Who, Puerto
like,
Ricans?
Yeah, that motherfucker's black too. Like, you feel me? That nigga's black too. We grew up in the same hood.
Hey
nigga.
yo, dude, you
niggas is
retarded,
low key
son.
black, son.
You
Niggas,
retarded.
I feel like shit like that, like. If niggas could all connect with the struggle and shit like that,
Alright,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, I get it.
Niggas is black, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
you feel me? Nowadays, it's like,
Nah, but here's the thing. The thing, I had put up this song on Worldstar. And I put up on Worldstar. The comments that I got back was, yo, this dude keeps saying nigga, like he Puerto Rican, keeps saying nigga, keeps saying nigga. It's okay for us where we come from. But the people who don't know where we come from or know me where I come from,
bro,
they won't understand.
yeah,
it,
even out here, though, I hang out, I got a lot of Spanish friends out here, and they say nigga to me all the time. I be cool, I be straight chilling. Like, on my white boys, motherfuckers be like from like Ireland or some shit, like descendants, and they be saying nigga, I just be like,
nah, but
slow your horses.
Nah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
See, to me, it wasn't like, it ain't a problem with saying the word. It was just a problem. Now it's like I just wanted to remove it out of my vocabulary, out of my music vocabulary.
Yeah, nah, definitely.
Because I feel like when you talk about certain things on a song, right?
Yeah.
And you say certain words are powerful.
Yeah.
Right? You
Especially,
agree?
Yeah.
When you talk about certain things on a song, like I'm a songwriter before an artist. I write my songs and then I become the artist. I go out and perform it, you feel me? But before I do that, I gotta write the song, so I'm a songwriter. And writing songs, I always think of a scenario. What scenario gonna be? How can people relate to it, you feel me? At the time, I was just writing stuff because it sounded good. Like, I go to the club, pop bottles, and there ain't nothing wrong with that for the people who do that or for the market that's for. But I didn't feel like that was for me. I felt like I was limiting myself by saying certain words. Like, if I wanted to be this hood guy, right, and saying about hood stuff, I felt like I was only going to be in the hood.
Yeah.
Because I ain't going to really get nowhere else, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was the turning point in my life after, like, getting all the feedback from my mixtape.
So you're saying, like, right now, you're thinking, like the way your music definitely right now is, like, you transition.
Oh, yeah,
like,
bro. Of course.
Yeah, you transition a lot. Nah, I'm saying, though, that's...
Even,
that's
everything. Culture. The way I dress is just different.
Word. Nah,
I mean, all of us. We
all
all used to wear 4X tees to our knees. But that ain't the wave no more.
Sure, I still bust my jerseys out.
That ain't... oh, nah, you can still...
I still bust my 52
nah.
size jerseys out.
Oh, yeah, nah, but
you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, definitely.
But I'm going to tell you about the Spanish. How I got into the Spanish.
How?
Because at that time, when I was with the baseball player, America's Most Wanted, the song with Ross came out. And, like, at this point, I'm learning about the music industry.
I got a question I didn't ask you after this stuff. Go ahead.
I'm learning about the music industry when the song with Ross came out, and one of my biggest questions was, why ain't I famous if I got a song with Ross and with Khaled?
Yeah.
Why I'm not famous? Like, why I'm not on the radio? That was a question that I had to always ask myself. I was too scared to ask my label. And I started asking people around me, like, yo, why I'm not famous? I got a song with Ross and Khaled. I feel like I'm a hood celebrity. But, like, hood celebrity ain't nothing. Like,
it ain't.
I need to get this bread. I want to reach I knew that at that point I wanted to reach another level because I feel like the people I went to, the resource with Ross, I feel like we were supposed to go to the next level. And at that time, I was like, why ain't I famous? And I felt like I had somebody that was like, look, I'm going to tell you the truth because I love you. You know what I mean? You ain't going to find too many people like this. Yeah. And there was somebody in the camp. He know who he is. I ain't gonna say no names. And that person told me, not everything that shines is gold. You know what I mean? I feel like in this, and it's safe to say this because, like, we make mistakes. And I'm sure that the person I was signed to know that we made mistakes. You know what I mean? Because a baby ain't just born and just walk. You know, we got to fall.
The person you signed to, y'all still, like, cool and shit now, right?
I wish him the best.
Gotcha.
I got no problem with nobody.
Yeah. No, I didn't know how your contract might have ended or was it like whatever, but you know, hey, man.
I mean, listen, bro. Check it, bro.
It'd be like
I'm gonna tell you like this. The way we ended was with that question. Like, I wanted to know why I wasn't popping, and somebody told me like, yo, you know, people just jerking y'all. What I mean by that is like, there's a lot of people that say that they could do it because they want that bag.
Yeah.
And when you pay them,
they don't deliver.
They don't do it.
Yeah.
And the thing is that at this time, we was straight up the money team. But in Miami, anybody tell you we was the money team.
Yeah.
And we wasn't acting. We was really like the money team. We was doing this. You feel me? Like, so like, you know, we was just spending mad money. A lot of people saw that we just was spending money, and they was like, yo, we could do this, we could do this. And none of those people that said we could do this delivered. Nobody.
Yeah.
And that was the point when I said, yo, like, it was really good.
Yeah.
And at the time, the person I was signed to was like, yo, I don't think with the amount of money that we spent, I don't think we could keep going.
Yeah.
I think this got to come to an end because now it's causing problems in my house with my wife.
Yeah.
And then divorces and stuff happened throughout my time with them.
How old are you, nigga, at this time?
I'm 25.
At this time, it's happening.
Oh, at the time, I'm like 19, like 19, 20 maybe.
Couldn't be me.
Look, so check this out.
Couldn't be me. 19, I probably was just, trying to get some ass somewhere. Finger fucking chick or something of that nature.
Yeah, so I like...
You going through that shit.
Nah, my man was like, I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't think I can spend more money. It wasn't that he was going broke. It's just that he
didn't see it really.
I think he started seeing what people was doing, and he couldn't trust nobody no more. He became a smarter person, which that's great for him. You feel me? That's good. I advise anybody that's with a label and they label just spending guap like that. First of all, an artist should always ask what's being spent, how much, because you entitled to that. A lot of artists don't know this. See, I know this. A lot of people don't know. A lot of artists don't know that they need to be asking their label like, what's being spent, how much. You feel me? Like, why? Because you got to pay for this, dog. You got to pay back for this.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? If I'm your label and I spend 50 grand on you, like,
I need my 50 grand back.
You got to pay me that.
Yeah, man.
And the thing is, as a label, if I don't tell you how much, or if you don't ask how much, I could tell you owe me 100,000. And
damn, so when you was doing like the whole Spanish market and stuff like that, right?
Hold up. This is how I got into the Spanish.
Yeah.
My fault. Look, I got into Spanish because the guy was like, look, I don't know what else we could do. I don't have the resources for the English world. My manager at the time, Mani, is cool with everybody in the Spanish game.
Yeah.
Everybody. I'm talking about everybody. So at the time, he knew this guy, Pina. He always worked with this guy, Pina. Pina is one of the... Well, no, not one. He is the biggest reggaeton label. You ever heard of Peanut Records? So you might not know, my brother.
What you mean?
But you got
with the Spanish records.
You got Zion Lennox, Rakimi Kenway, freaking Tony Dice.
I grew up on Don Omar. You tripping?
Okay, you got Don Omar. That's right.
I grew up on Don Omar.
Don Omar too.
I grew up on him.
That was my team.
Yeah.
So my last straw with my old label was, this is all I got to spend. We got to make it the best. So we made sure that our next investment together was the best investment. And this investment was a great one. First song came out was a Spanish song. They've been trying to get me to sing Spanish. That just wasn't the way for me. I speak English. I don't speak good Spanish. So it was never the way for me. And I'm like, I don't want to do it. But then at the time, I'm like, yo, I got to get this bag right. So I got to do this. And that's how I transitioned to the Spanish world. We put out a song. We went to the biggest songwriter in the Spanish game that there is. His name is Wise. You know, he wrote us a song. We got the song from him. Next thing you know, like, after a week after the song came out, it was all over the radio.
Yeah.
And I was just this sensation. Like, I was everywhere. Like, my song was on the radio, bro. Like, I made it to number 10 on the billboards. That is huge.
Yeah, yeah.
With Pina and with the baseball.
So you did like a
joint venture.
No, yeah, you did like a Spanish tour too, also.
Oh yeah.
Where'd you go?
I went to PR. Yeah. I went to PR. I went to PR. Crazy, cause when my song came out.
Why PR chicks so crazy?
I don't know, bro. They wild like that, and it depends on what crazy you mean. Because wife crazy or like.
Nah, like it be motherfucking like. I love you, but I'm gonna stab you, and I'm sorry I did it type crazy.
That's just that gangster shit, bro.
Yeah, you know what
around,
I mean?
Bro.
Like, I think that's just Latin women, period, though.
Yeah, like you gotta eat the rice and beans. If not, it's getting shoved down your throat.
I love
the Puerto Rican woman to tell you, like, I ain't cooked this shit for no reason. You better eat this shit. You feel me?
For real, man. Definitely. Shout out to the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, but like, my first show was in Puerto Rico. My first show ever.
Word?
My first ever show was in Puerto Rico. After my song came out.
Yeah.
I blew up. Like, it's safe to say that at this point, I made it. Having a song
So you
with
got
Ross.
so you driving away in a car and chicks on the car like,
Yeah.
Jalil. What?
Yeah. At this point, like, having a song with Ross didn't feel as good as the Spanish felt when I made it. Like, the song was, like, #1 in mad radio stations. I was with Bina. It was just crazy. You know what I mean? And, like, my first show was at this place called El Coliseo in Puerto Rico. You know what's that, right? Bro, there was about, it's like Madison Square Garden, about 18,000 people.
I'm pretty sure it's big as shit.
I performed there at a sold-out arena with, at the time, it was La Formula. It was the group. La Formula is like Kimmy and Wise Island and Donald, all these people.
Yeah.
I performed there.
Yeah.
And, like, my song was so huge that I wasn't the opening act.
Damn.
I was the middle act.
Word.
I was in the middle of the show. And, bro, when I tell you I went out there, I performed in front of all those people. For one, I was going to shit on myself because I was scared. Just at rehearsal, I was nervous.
What was, like, how many people was out there? Like, how many?
Like
10,000?
Nah.
20,000?
Yeah.
Damn, 20,000.
Yeah, like, you could YouTube that. Like, it's crazy. And just at rehearsal, when I saw all... Because when you're at rehearsal, obviously, there's nobody there. I went up through that elevator on stage, the elevator. I went up through there. You know, that whole Justin Bieber wave when he come on and just pop out like...
Word. I need one of them shits in my crib.
I did that, you know what I mean? And when I came out of that, I saw all the seats. They was empty.
Yeah.
But I was nervous. I'm like, yo, this how many people gonna be there? And the seats, just the seats alone, the seats was scary, but the real show was scarier. And the thing was, I had nobody to talk to or relate to. I couldn't ask nobody. I couldn't tell nobody, yo, you nervous? Because I'm nervous. How I overcome this? Because everybody there was famous. Everybody I'm talking to was like, yo, Jalil, you going to kill this, bro. Trust me, yo. You got one of the best voices in the Spanish game. You going to kill this.
And you still doubting yourself?
Nah, I'm not doubting myself.
But I'm saying,
at the time, I was nervous. This is my first show. You don't, bro, you don't just throw a person out there in front of 20,000 people. I mean, you do. But you don't just throw them out and expect them not to be nervous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I went out there, I performed in front of 20,000 people, bro. And, like, I couldn't even hear myself singing. Put it like this. I felt like the people were singing so loud. They were singing my song. Puerto Rico was huge. And my set, see, I didn't really know how to speak Spanish at the time. Like, that good. So I'm about to put you up on a secret, right? Bina was across the stage through my in-ear. When I finished the song, telling me, like, oh, move left, move right, sing here, sing, you know, because when you on tour, it's all strategically, you know what I mean? And when my show finished, he starts telling me what to say. You know, to say, oh, you know, thank you, Puerto Rico, for having me here, blah, 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 blah. He telling me what to say. But I was feeling myself so much, not knowing that a tour is timed. A tour is timed.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's an hour to perform, so you got 20 minutes, you got 20, you got 20. Like, there is no, if you go over 21 minutes, somebody got to get fined or somebody. I didn't know this. And after I performed my song, he's telling me what to say, and, like, the people just screaming crazy. And, like, I feel like, hold up, dog. Like, what? Hold up. Let me get my shine on. So he telling me, all right, walk back to the elevator so it's going to go down. I said, and I started singing my other song a cappella, bro.
Newark nigga at his finest.
And he's over here like, yo, get off the stage, don't do that. And I just felt like my first performance was okay, but the people was like,
the reaction and the love you was getting.
So when I sang a cappella, I felt amazing. I felt like this is what I have to offer. Yeah. If I only had one moment to shine, this was it. And, like, this is what I had to offer. So I put it all out there. I sang a cappella. And the crazy part was that ain't part of my set. My set is just one song and get out, and then come back in later towards the end of the show because I had a song with Hakimi Kenway, and then do my part with them. But at the time, my first show, I created my own set. I did the acapella, and when I did the acapella, that became a part of my set for every city that we went to. He said, towards the end of the concert, he came up to me. He's like, Bina, I was like, look, I'm mad. I ain't gonna lie, I was mad, but you did kill it. Yeah. I want you to do this at every show. I said, all right, say no more, bro.
That was your breaking moment.
Yeah, so then after that, we went to DR. We did DR.
How the chicks in DR look?
Man, I flew private to DR, bro. I flew private to DR in the middle of Hurricane Sandy. Flying, yo, it was crazy. I'm talking about the plane was.
But how the chicks look?
They got long hair.
For real?
Yeah, they got 2 legs, 2 arms.
This. I'm living vicariously through you. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm asking you how they look.
I mean,
I never been in DR. Like what? They beautiful. They pretty.
Nah,
like
yeah,
they hairy.
bro, there's
like
beautiful
what?
girls in every country. You feel me? But like, Booby was with me. Ask him how they look, bro.
You said it too late.
These look. You see what I mean? You see what I mean?
You know, nah. This look. I ain't gonna lie. I like the Dominican
This
women.
the bypass
The
button.
Dominican women. Oh, we got a bypass button?
Nah, I ain't got no fucking bypass.
Oh, 'cause I was about to press it. Nah, the Dominican women
Yeah.
is beautiful.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Nah, I'm asking because I know everybody that goes to Dominican Republic, they always say, yo, women is beautiful, the food is great.
Yeah, nah.
So I'm like,
look, the Dominican women is beautiful.
And you went on a whole different.
But I think that
the
the Dominican women fight too much. But she's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, nah, I'm saying
She's
because
not
you went,
for me, though.
you went like on a whole different route. You went on an actual.
I have bad experience.
Yeah, you went like on a whole like kind of superstar kind of route. You know what I mean? Like you didn't go on a actual vacation, so that's why I'm asking. Like you had to be like around a whole different kind of crowd out there, so you seen shit from a different view, from an actual tourist perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
How you think they look?
Bro, from what I seen,
I got the answers, Phil. You ain't got the answers, Phil.
so I'm asking you.
You ain't got the
I'm
answers,
asking you.
Phil.
I'm fucking asking you.
Nah, man, they good, bro. They good, man. The
Word,
Dominican
word.
woman, they was wavy. I mean, the tour was great.
Yeah.
I want to tell you all my tour mistakes though. When I flew to DR,
All right, hold on.
Go ahead. I got a lot to say.
Nah,
on that,
your
bro.
best tour moment and your worst tour moment.
My best tour moment had to be in PR singing the song a cappella.
That was
While
your best.
Bean, I was like, no. That was, to me, that was one of my best. That was the best
your
moment.
Your worst tour moment.
My worst tour moment was that. All right. How do I explain this? So, a barber came to because my manager, he's Dominican, so he got family in DR. He had family in the place where I was staying at, which was Santiago.
Yeah.
And a barber was in my room, right, cutting my hair. And I didn't know that we couldn't have people up there. And he brought somebody too. He had somebody, I don't know who it was.
That's weird as fuck.
And I didn't know that because it's liability, you know, like, God forbid. He had a girl with him.
Yeah.
And I guess since my song was big over there too, I guess he was telling like the girl, he might have told the girl, yo,
I know this.
I know Jalil Lopez, I'm about to go cut his hair. Come with me. You feel me? So they go in my hotel room.
The dumbest mistake ever.
We can't do that. On tour, we can't do that. So for people that think like, yo, you get smashed mad chicks on tour, like, you could, low key.
Wait, so you mean tell me you leave a show and you got 2 bitches like, yo, not perfectly you, because you ain't gonna answer the motherfucking question, but
in general, yeah.
Yeah, in general, you're an artist, and chicks like, yo, I'm coming back to your room tonight, I'm gonna suck your dick, all that extra shit. But you can't do it.
You
like,
could.
You could do it, but you can't really.
What would you do?
What you mean? Like, I'm doing it. Like, come on through.
All right, now that's where you mess up, at. Let me tell you why. Because it's so easy for that person to go to your room and say that you raped her.
That I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that nature of it. Yeah, you could get all that shit. You could get raped. You could like the bitch could rob you. Like she could do mad shit to you. Yeah, I understand that nature. But shit, man, like you young, you on a roll. You just
but you gotta.
I just want to.
My worst moment was this. My worst moment was that, you know, on tour you got the staff. You feel me? You got the staff on tour. You got the event coordinator, the tour manager. You got the dancer. You got mad people, whatever. Anyway, long story short, Bina didn't go on this tour with us because at the time he had gotten into some issues and he couldn't fly out to DR.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I went to DR with all the guys or whatever, and in DR is crazy. In DR, I feel like in DR some people don't even know who you are. This in DR was where I got in the car and you drive off and people would straight Justin Bieber you like, oh my God, you feel me? Like, yo, I was in the car with these 2 reggaeton guys. It was Rakim and Ken White. Like, these were like my best friends throughout the whole tour. Like, they showed me the most love. You feel me? Everybody showed me love, but since they was we was in the same car. You feel me? We had the same Yukon, so we was together. And like, I'm a jokester, and you know Ken White, he's a jokester.
Yeah.
So every time we will like when girls will run up to the window, even when we left the tour, like when we left our first show and we dipped off, I would roll my window down because like, bro, when there's more than 20,000 people in front of your car, you can't go nowhere. So you want a complete stop, people banging on your window.
Yeah.
I like to seize that moment. You feel me?
Definitely.
So I roll my window down.
You want to embrace the love from the people.
And I'm like, what's up? And they're like, oh my God, how you doing? I'm like, what's up? And the girl was like, what's your name? I said, I'm Ken Y.
Fuck you do that for?
I said, I'm Ken Y. You want to take a picture with me? And then Ken Y was like, I'm Jalil. They ain't know.
Damn, they just seen like the whole
whole
image of it.
They didn't know who was who, but that was cool. Like over there in DR was dope. But let me
Yeah.
tell you my worst moment. I didn't even get to my worst moment. My worst moment was that when this guy came to cut my hair or whatever, he came early. It was straight early because I had a show early. I had a show in another place at DR, so I had to leave early. And we walking, everybody waiting for us. They call my room like, yo, we ready to leave. Like, the cars are all lined up outside. We ready to dip.
You got you. Yeah,
so let's go. So I'm checking out of my room, whatever, bro. Just got a haircut, took a shower, bro. We leaving. Now, the barber and his chick coming down with me. All the artists is there. You feel me? All the artists are there. The biggest artists in reggaeton music. You feel me? The biggest.
Yeah.
Arcángel. Like, you know. If you Latin, you know all these people.
I got you. I know them.
You feel me, bro? You got it?
I got these CDs, nigga.
Oh, all right. So
I fuck with the hustle.
all right. So I'm walking to the lobby, straight from the elevator, and the tour manager was like, "Who the f*** is them people?"
Damn.
So at first, I didn't think he was talking to me. I'm
You
from
just
Newark,
kept
bro.
it
You don't
moving,
talk to me like that. You feel me? So I look back like,
Who you talking to?
yeah, and I just kept walking. And he came in my face like, yo, who these people is, dog? Like, you ain't supposed to be doing this.
Damn.
I looked at him like, yo, I was humiliated in front of all the biggest reggaeton artists.
Damn, that's fucked up. You ain't take the nigga outside and fuck him up?
Nah, I ain't taking him outside, bro. I said, dog, who the you think you talking to, bro?
Well,
So I started going in. Like, I started telling him, look, bro, I don't know who you think you are. I don't know who you think I am. But I don't belong to nobody. I'm not signed to nobody.
Yeah.
I put up my own money to come on this tour.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So nobody could tell me what to do.
Straight up.
Put it like this. I'm a person who don't like to talk to the little guy. I like to talk to the boss. Because my relationship has always been like that. Me and the baseball player. I've always talked to the boss.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to the man that can't cut the check. I don't want to talk to the man who got to go to the other man to cut. I don't like that. Even with my label now, the first thing I told the label that I'm with now was like, I want to talk to you always.
Yeah.
I don't talk to nobody else. I want to talk to the man that got to say something. So I told him, listen, from today on, you don't tell me nothing. If you got something to say, you tell Pina to talk to me. And then Pina, he knows how I am. He knows, like, I'm straight from the hood, and I get ghetto.
Yeah.
You feel me? And he thanked me for not getting ghetto on him. And everybody, all the artists, once I got in, they was like, yo, you know you can't be doing that, but that's all right. I just had a chick in my hotel. They don't know. You got to know how to do this.
Yeah.
You feel me? And they're like, you know, so next time, let us know. We'll help you or whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. And they're like, yo, you know, like, we felt like you was about to go in on them. Because I ain't going to lie, like, the artists, like, two of them, I don't remember who it was, they came up and they was like, yo, chill, don't talk to him like that. You know, it's a time and place for everything. You got to pull him to the side. And I remember getting on the phone with Peanut telling him, yo, like, straight up.
Yeah.
Like, he got the game messed up. He don't know. Like, you better tell him, dog. Like,
you still got the boxing shit too, right?
Nah. My brother.
I'm about to say, why you ain't just took the nigga up 2 times? Like,
I could have. But I mean, I could have.
That would have been an
probably
result of some other shit.
I would have got kicked off the tour.
Where we didn't fuck up your money.
You feel me? That had to be my worst moment. Then I got that was an amateur mistake too. So for whoever about to go on tour, that's an amateur mistake. Another amateur mistake was that every time I had a thing, right? Like, I like to seize the moment so much. I like being famous, right? So every time I would perform and I got off the stage, I'll go backstage, clean up my sweat, and then come back out. And while the artist is performing on the stage, I'll go to the side of the stage and go like that to everybody.
Nigga just couldn't.
Yeah, I couldn't resist. I liked it, but that was an amateur moment because all the energy started shifting
going towards
to
you,
me, and the artist performing wasn't getting. So that's another thing that they told me too. The artist himself was like, "Yo, look, you can't do this because, you know, when somebody performing, you
gotta
take
give them that respect."
Yeah, because they don't know who's over there. For them, it could be Daddy Yankee. if you on a whole nother side of the tour, right, and you seeing anybody, Future performing, right?
Yeah.
And if you say, oh, look, somebody's over there, and somebody be like, who? You don't know who it is over there because they too little to. But what if somebody say that's Justin Bieber? Yeah. Forget about who performing, dog. Everybody gonna look over there to find out if it's him.
Yeah.
So nobody knew who I was. It could have been Daddy Yankee for all they knew, because everybody curious, like, yo, who that? It had to be somebody famous. Everybody looking. And that was a mistake that I always do. Every time I come off tour, I'll be on the side like.
Yeah, definitely. So who you like right now?
Yeah,
like,
that's me. Yeah.
Right now in the industry though, like who you fucking with like heavy, like in the industry? I'm pretty sure I know what you're gonna say, but.
Saying dog, don't play with me, dog. I mean,
who you fucking with in the industry right now? Kodak, right?
Yeah, I do. I do rock with Kodak.
Kodak.
I like Kodak. Kodak is dope. I listen to, bro, I'm big on country music, pop music.
Pop.
I'm big on country because I'm a lyrical guy.
Yeah. I feel like country shit, like they tell stories.
That's why. That's the thing about me. I like writing, and I like for people to see what's going on in my song without having to see the video. You feel me? So I really listen to a lot of country, and I like pop. You feel me? But I like
fucking with in the country, and probably what artist you fucking
with? Off the rip, the biggest artist in the game, bro.
the biggest artist in the pop game?
Yeah, Taylor Swift. I like Taylor Swift a lot. I mean, I like Katy Perry too.
Word.
And I like them a lot. Like they
only thing I can't name one fucking song by Taylor Swift.
Blank Space. You ready? I can go. Blank Space. We're never getting back together. I know you were trouble.
You never try to you ever reach out to her? Like you ever met her before?
Nah.
Nah, you gotta get up in there, son.
Oh, I will. What you mean get up in there?
Like get up in her camp, her music.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to.
This nigga think, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to. I will. I feel like I will. Like, mark my word. This is I'm speaking into existence. I feel like I'm gonna open up. I feel like I'm gonna be able to perform on the same stage that she performed in.
Word.
Whether I open up her show, but I doubt she's ever touring anymore because she retired.
Yeah.
But I don't care if I ever perform with her. I just want to get recognized by her, and I want a compliment by her.
Definitely.
That'd be the biggest thing to me. Like, for her to say, I like this new artist named Jalil Lopez. I like his music. This is my favorite song. No matter, it could be my least favorite song. But just to know that I got acknowledged by somebody that I look up to.
Yeah, for sure. What do you,
Icon alert.
So icon alert. Nah, but definitely, I want to ask you another question, though. Like, being an artist and, you know, you're definitely, like, on the rise and shit like that, of course. But, how is that? Like, how are you managing doing that? And also being a father of 3.
That's a good question.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you balance that time up?
I mean, like...
Because you got to put a lot of time into your work and your craft.
Nah, I do.
You know what I mean?
Right now...
But you got 3 daughters and a wife, right? A girl. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know it's wife, girl. I know you're married or not. But I'm just saying, though, you got a significant other.
Right.
Yeah, a significant other.
Right now, I'm not busy. Right now, I was working on an EP.
Yeah.
I think I finished my EP. And I'm at home all day now.
When is the EP coming out?
That's stuff
works.
that me and the label, like, we under that right now. But when it does come out...
You need to feed the streets.
Listen, when it does come out, my kids know, they already got the knowledge that daddy's gonna be out, because they already deal with daddy leaving every day to the studio.
Word.
They already deal with, daddy, where you going to the studio? Daddy, where you going to the studio? You know what I'm saying? So my balance is like, it's not hard to have a balance in today's world. We got FaceTime. I could do FaceTime.
That's my excuse. A lot of chicks, yo. You don't see me enough.
You
got
me?
FaceTime. What you mean?
Yeah, I can FaceTime my kids.
You got FaceTime out here.
Plus, my kids stay busy.
But I put them give me some ass. I'm there.
You heard? My kids, they stay busy. Like, if I leave, they mom is active. Like, they could be at the park. Like, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, it's different. Like, the balance is cool, but I feel like when I do make it to that level,
you think like having that family energy and structure around you, that kind of like makes your music a little bit better?
Of course.
Or like, do you think like saying that because you got people who like, I be reading sometimes. You have artists who sometimes when they're like, you know, I got to go work on an album, I got to go like write. Their whole process, they detach themselves from the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like some artists, they sit and say, yo, you know what? I'm going to Cali to work on an album. And, like, you know, they'll rent out a hotel in the studio for, like, 6 months. and they're not by their family. So I'm asking you, like, you know what I'm saying, and that kind of makes them a better artist with their shit. So that's what I'm asking you, like, so when you're actually like with your family, is that your motivation? That's like your actual energy, that like you get your your whole passion for it from there, or do you feel like sometimes shit like, you know, I gotta just get to myself and dip off and, you know, just really get.
Nah, I don't never feel like I gotta dip off. I mean, I do go in my room.
Yeah.
I live in an apartment right now. That's my man cave.
Yeah.
Until I get the house, you know.
Yeah, we've been on that. We've been on.
But
yeah,
like my away and my depart is going to the studio.
Okay.
Or I go to the pool and take a swim, and I get away. Yeah. Or I walk my dog, I get away. But it can't be long. Like, I got a song, right? And it's called, I didn't even label the song yet, matter of fact. But the song talks about how I'm scared of distance. Scared of distance, like, meaning like my girl, not that I'm a controlling guy, right? Yeah. But like my girl, like, say if my girl say, yo, I'm going to the gas station to go get gas, I'm fine with that. But if she tell me like, yo, I'm gonna drive to Miami, and we live South Florida, but we don't live in Miami. So we live in the Broward area.
Yeah.
So like, if she tell me she going to Miami, I'm not cool with that.
Like,
not what? Saying in a controlling manner, like, nah, you ain't going. Like, nah,
you don't want her that far from you.
I fear.
Yeah.
I fear distance because I lost so much in my life that I fear I might lose the only thing I got.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
You feel me? So
yeah,
my distance is never. I feel like out of my kids and me, when I leave on tour or whatever, the pain is gonna be more from me than them. Cause they kids, you know, you show them a toy, they
Straight
Gucci.
Up. Yeah.
I'm the one that's gonna be thinking like, you know what I mean? When my girl be like, I'm going to the store or something, like, oh wait.
Yeah.
You good? And let me try to talk to you and make sure you get there safe. Cause I fear that.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I fear that. Like, that's something that I fear. That's why I value everything I have, because I fear that this person. I know that person ain't gonna be there. And that song, I think it's gonna be called, I don't want to risk losing you, on the EP. And it just talks about how I'm scared of distance. You feel me? Like, I'm just scared of that.
Word. Definitely. Hell yeah, man.
You know what I mean? But I be taking my kids to the studio.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. My kids is real into music, man.
That's
my 7-year-old daughter play the piano, the drums, and the guitar.
Yeah, that's my homie. All three daughters. Those are my homies.
You feel me? They all know.
Yeah, but let them know that. Let them know Jordan slacking on Storm right now. All right, tell them that.
Yo, my kids is musical genius. Like, for real. I was in Guitar Center yesterday. I was going to check out a guitar. And my daughter started playing the piano. There was a kid there that was like 12 years old playing, and his mom was recording him, I guess, to send it to whoever. And then my daughter just got on and just started playing the Frozen song, the Let It Go.
Yeah.
And like everything just stopped. Like, what? 7-year? What? Get this 7-year-old playing? You feel me? And my daughter was like, when we left, Daddy, why they looking at me? I said, because you a genius.
Yeah.
Because it ain't normal for a 7-year-old to play the piano. And it's not normal for you to play this ain't normal. You see, the kid was 12 years old. He couldn't do it. You might not even know how to play what my daughter play. Because my daughter knows how to play, bro.
Word. So your daughter don't want this, huh?
You feel me? And like,
don't throw your daughter out here. She get embarrassed, all right?
That's the thing.
Take challenges out here.
He retarded. Even like with being a parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just teaching your kids what's
yeah.
right or what's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, my kids don't know what this is, bro. The phone.
Yeah.
My kids ain't them type of kids. Like, you see people like today, kids be all on the phone.
Yeah, I was in motherfucking Chipotle. A couple weeks ago. It's a whole family there. Tablets, cell phones out, everybody headphones in, eating. I'm like, this. The fuck is y'all doing?
My kids don't
talk.
Yeah. My kids.
How's your day going?
My kids don't do that. I teach my daughter. Yo, I be having hour conversations with my kids. Like, like the other day.
You guys, they're all daughters. Yeah, 3 daughters.
Yeah, I got 3, but my oldest one is the one I talk to the most because she old and she the one that's upcoming. Like, the other day, me and her went to sleep like at 5 in the morning.
That means you gotta go through like. When they get older, you gotta go through 3 boyfriends. You gotta test 3 boyfriends out.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, dog, I teach my kids. It's so crazy. My daughter's 7. I talk to her like she's 20.
Yeah.
All my boys be like, yo, you too hard on them, bro. I be like, nah, it's not that, man. And you got discipline now.
Yeah.
You can't wait to discipline when they older, cause then they're gonna be uncontrollable. And the thing is, with my daughter, my daughter is my home girl. I'm her homeboy.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like my daughter, I feel like when she do have a boyfriend, I ain't gonna need no gun or nothing. Cause she gonna know
what it is already, yeah.
And she gonna already know, like, cause the way I'm teaching her, like, I'm working so hard for my daughter not to ever need nobody. I don't want my daughter to be one of these chicks that look at somebody and be like, damn, he got this type of car.
Yeah, I always said that.
That's the one. Nah, bro, my daughter gonna be the one that be like, so I got that.
I always said that. I always said, like, if I have a daughter, like, real talk, like, I want to make it in life to where, like, I tell these niggas this, where she's not on Instagram, like, selling detox tea and shit. Like, that's how I always say that. I want my daughter on Instagram selling detox tea. And
shout out to everybody that's selling those, though.
And got booking infos. Like, I was definitely about to wrap it up, but I got 3 things I do at the end of the podcast. It's 3 words, right?
About to wrap up already? Oh, damn, we've been talking for a minute, bro. I feel like I ain't tell you much.
I mean, we can spend some more time, man. That's what you want to do. Like, what else you want to speak on? You know what I'm saying?
I got a lot to speak about, but it's all good, bro.
Yeah, so we do 3 things at the end of the podcast. It's 3 words. When I say them, you got to think of the first thing that comes to your head. All right? First thing is passion.
Me.
Distance.
Family.
Taylor Swift.
Me. My guitar. I got a Taylor guitar. My guitar says Taylor on it.
Yeah, so that's what I always do at the end of this shit, man.
I got one for you.
Fuck. Damn. All right.
Ready? Wife.
Angela Simmons.
She got a baby, bro.
Fuck that.
Marriage.
45.
Damn, for real? Viagra. That's what you gonna need, bro. 45, bro.
Necessity.
Why you feel like 45?
Cause, man, I feel like, I put it like this, like, I'm not against marriage, and, you know, if it comes to me at an early age, it's whatever, but I feel marriage is more of a business, you know, for me. It's like, when you get married, it's like, yo, like when, like I said, like when marriage is like a business, so when you get married, it's shit like, yo, you get divorced, she gets this, she gets that, she get this, she get that.
Bro gonna be proposed when he's 45. He ain't even gonna be able to get on his knees, bro.
You know what I mean? And I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that. I want to just be like, we got a great understanding. You know what I mean? I want a clear understanding, and that's what it is. Like, we get this straight foundation and everything like that, where they understand, like, hey, you know, like, I got you, you got me, and there's no need for no piece of paper to say you have to be loyal to me. Like, I'm straight off that.
You trying to do what Diddy got, that 90...
What he got?
Diddy got that 80-20 or that 70-30 deal. Never heard of that?
What is that?
Where it's like, nah. I'm sure he got a prenup, but he got this deal where it's like, it's called an 80-20. When you marry him. See, because marriage is just, it's tradition.
That's what I'm saying.
White dress, all this, but like,
yeah.
You ain't got to do that. Like, the girl don't have to have a white dress. Like, you could, bro, I could go up there with some, with whatever type of gear, whatever I want, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But Diddy got this 80-20 gear, the 80-20 deal. I'm going to say this quick so we can wrap up. Where it's like, that's his marriage, is an 80-20 deal, because 80% of the time I'm going to be faithful, and that 20% I might not be. So I want to give you this 20% so that you know I might not be faithful.
That's real shit, though. There ain't no chicks believing my ass with that shit. Say, nigga, you 100% faithful.
You got to find it.
Yeah, man. But definitely, man, appreciate you. Appreciate Big Bruh coming out. Jalil Lopez, what you got coming out soon, man?
The EP.
The EP?
And I don't got a name for it yet, neither. So
no name for the EP.
When whoever is a fan of Jalil and you watch this, you should go on my Instagram at Jalil Lopez 1, and you should tell me some names that y'all think, you know what I mean, that I should have.
Word, man. Definitely. All right, man. Appreciate you coming out, bro.
Boy.
Shout out to Boob coming out here from the 973 Puerto Rico. Thanks for tuning in and pulling up on us at the AV Podcast. Watch out for our next episode. All right, let's get it.